Welcome to Electronic Signatures. In this video, we'll demonstrate how the client will e-sign Form 8879. So once the client logs in, they'll come to the Client Portal main menu, and right down here where it says My Documents, and you can customize this to say whatever you'd like in Admin, and it's going to display e-sign required when you have a document that you're requesting them to sign. So from here, they'll just go ahead and left click, go into the page, and the documents that are in yellow mean they haven't been viewed yet. And we have a e-sign required highlighted in red. That's what we're going to click on to e-sign the document. And we have instructions up here for the client to follow. They're going to need a PIN, which is a 5-character PIN that you assign to them, or they can create their own just by coming over here and clicking on the Here link. And then they will get a temporary, well, actually a scrambled PIN, which will be emailed and text to them. And they can use that as their signature when they e-sign their document. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the e-sign required. I'm going to pop into this document. So this is for this client, John Casey, single. He's not married, so it's just going to have his signature. So it's going to have the client name. So we'll enter John's name, the PIN, which I've selected as 12345. And again, you could set that up inside John's client file in the contact information section. Social Security number, which it's requesting. This is all to validate that this is really John. And if these do not match, go ahead and put the birth date in. Adam will tell him that it doesn't match. It gives him 3 attempts. If he can't match these fields after 3 attempts, it's going to tell them to contact your office. From then, you either can not allow them to e-sign anymore because you think it may not be John trying to do this, or if you believe it is John, you can go ahead and reset the PIN inside their client file, and they'll be able to do it again and have 3 attempts again. And we'll go ahead and enter the social. And I'm going to go ahead and hit e-sign. So we need the name, the PIN, Social Security number, date of birth, and zip code. So PIN, Social Security, date of birth, and zip code, these fields have to match what's logged into Adam inside the client file. The name, we're not going to try to match the name just because there's so many different versions of how they put their name in. It might be a little tough to get it to match. So sometimes people use a different name on their tax return as they normally do. So we thought that could be a problem. So it's these 4 fields right here we're matching. I just hit e-sign. So document was signed successfully. It's my message. And as you notice under the electronic signature column, it did say electronic signature. Now it just has a printer icon. And the printer icon, when I left click on it, this is going to be the signature certificate. So this is telling me the client's name, their address, the file name, the upload type, and a description that I typed. Form 8879, tax year 2015. Come down here, and it's going to have the date and the time it was signed, e-signed, signed by whom? John Casey. And he was able to authenticate himself using a login and password that got him into the client portal. But then on top of that, we're also validating again his Social Security number, his date of birth, and his address using the zip code. And of course, we use the PIN then as a signature. So we have all these different forms of identity to try to determine this is really John signing the tax return. And then it captures the IP address so that it knows the location where John actually signed the document. So this can never be altered. And the client has access to this. They could print it off if they'd like. They can save it to their computer or just leave it right here. And you have the same document inside of Adam. And then you get notified that John just electronically signed a document. So then you can move it to the next stage, which is probably going to be like EF ready. Thank you.